So let's say that we want to add the Excel import functionality to an existing app. There are a series of steps that we'll go through, and there's a few bits and pieces that we'll have to add in to actually enable us to get to the point where we can actually do the import. So first thing we'll have to do is we'll have to import the marketplace modules that are required for this to work. Now you can see if we look inside the App Explorer over here, under Marketplace Modules, you can see that there are some marketplace modules already in existence over here. We'll need to add a few in to make this work. So I'm going to go into the shopping cart over here, and there's three that we basically need. We'll need the MX model reflection sort of widget. There's the community commons library, and then there's basically the Excel importer. So there's three things. Now, as it happens, these happens to be the sort of top three in my list over here. So the first one is community commons. Now, if you can't see it, all you do is you just simply search for it. So I'm just going to select community commons, and I'm going to download that. I say add in. It extracts the content and then adds it into our app as a module. There it is. So now you can see it's appeared in that list over there. So we've got the community commons one. Let's add in the MX model reflection. So I'm just going to click on that. Again, if it's not in the list, you can simply search for it in the marketplace. So I'm going to add that in. Add in as a new module. And there it is. So again, you'll see it over here under the in App Explorer, under the App General heading inside Marketplace Modules. So we've got the MX model reflection, we've got the community commons, and then the final one we need to add in is the Excel importer. So I'm just going to do that. Download. Add it in. And there we go. Now we've added in those marketplace modules, and what we need to do now is just make one or two configuration changes so that they can run correctly. So if we go into the Excel importer, if we look under export import configuration, and then under import, we should be able to see something that says enable external entities, and for security reasons that's sort of, I set the default value for that is off, so I'm just going to set that to true for both of those. That's that bit done, and then there's a bit that says parse empty cells, and we'll want that to be set to true as well. Just give that a second while that's changing, and that should be it for the importing of the components that we need. So I'll just close that up. Now, in our domain model, so this is an example that I've already got here, we'll need to add a particular entity that will enable us to import the Excel. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to add an entity, and I'm going to say it's of a particular thing. So let's go into properties, toolbox I mean, let's drag in an entity like that. And what we want this to be is we're going to suggest that this is basically going to be an external document. It's going to be an XLS file. So I'm going to name it as XLS file like that. So I've got a capital X, capital L, capital S, capital F, and it's not going to have any attributes of its own. But what it is going to do is it's going to inherit functionality from the system, and this is where we're actually going to be able to use this to actually import information from an external file. So I'm going to click on generalization here, and if we look under system, we should be able to see under file document, that's the one you want system file document. You're basically saying this is going to be a file document that's going to be on the available to us for this app so that we can use it. So I click OK, and then I click OK. There it is. And now all I need to do is I need to add a relationship from the appropriate entity. Now in this case it's going to be employee. So I'm going to drag from here to here, and let's make sure that this relationship is correct. So we're going to have one file. Obviously that one Excel file is going to have many employees in it. Now, I haven't talked about this in too much detail yet, but basically the easiest way for this to work is if the Excel file that we have has the same columns and the same fields. It doesn't have to have the same columns and the same fields, but it will certainly make life easier when you're setting the import up.